Okay, there's that warning sign not to enter the Radnor Range there. Good news is I don't need to, my track is there. Anyway, got me to thinking, well, I've been thinking about it a long time actually. There's protests about everything these days, you know, environment and things like that. Very little do I see protests to put an end to these wars that are going on, these wars that rage around the world all the time. Particularly thinking of the one over in Ukraine at the moment. And I really do think, as a species, I think we do need to grow up. And what I can see of it, we're not growing up at all. We're actually going backwards. So, yeah, I was born in 1968. 48, about 23 years after the Second World War. So, a lot of the people that were around when I was young, they were still quite young, and they'd seen active service, limbs missing, nerves shot to pieces. A mum, for example, used to recall how she was evacuated as, I think, a 4-year-old to some strange place to get away from the bombing, the Blitz in Bristol. And little family, they lived not far from the railway that was bombed heavily, which was the reason why she was evacuated. Family they used to play out in the street with. Everyone went home on the night. Bombing raid in the night. Their shelter took a direct hit. Whole family wiped out. So yeah, I consider war to be an absolute abomination. Then of course, 60s, that type of thing. It was all the love and peace type, hippie type thing. So always been quite staunchly anti-war, but all I ever seem to see is bloody wars. And I do wonder if the people that instigate these wars, send people into wars, if they were like hundreds of years ago, like the king used to lead the troops into battle, I wonder if these people would be so keen on these wars if they were on the front line themselves. Because at the end of the day, they won't be. They might prance around pretending they've just come off the front line at some press conference, whatever. They've been nowhere near it. And they know that they're safe and that they have to live with their conscience that they send these people into war. Sometimes hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people die as a result. Whole generations lost. So I am surprised there's not more anti-war sentiment trying to put a stop to these things, because I think it's dreadful. And even if it did escalate in the situation, Ukraine, Russia, the proxy war we've got going at the moment with Russia, I wonder if they'd be so keen if they were on the front line, these people, like I said. And don't forget, if it does escalate into nuclear war, who's going to suffer? Thee and I. Not them, they'll be underground safely in some underground town or city that's been built for them. The very people that start and create and perpetuate these wars, they'll be safe and sound. You can just imagine them underground in a lap of luxury, whilst everyone else gets bloody vaporised. Another bottle of champers, please. It's going to be at least a couple of months before we get out of this damn place. You know what I mean? So there we are. I don't think it's getting any better. Seems to be more wars around than ever. So there we go. On that happy note, I am going to keep going now. My little hillock over there is starting to look a bit closer. So that's where I'm headed.